Some of my old friends still don't know who is actually gay or straight. And here's what I mean. So a few years ago, me and a couple of the guys are hanging out, and someone we'll call CJ, just for the sake of this video, asks us a question that typically only the guys would ask one another. So CJ first asks my main homie, shoots him the question straightforward. Hey man, would you crack a trans? Main homie's like, no. Dude straightforward responds to it. Then up next is someone we'll call Ray Ray. CJ then asks Ray Ray the same question. It's like, hey man, would you crack a trans? And Ray Ray's like, hell no. Now, Ray Ray is an honest type of phobic. And by that, I mean this nigga has literally told me that he literally hates his own brother because he is attracted to that of the same gender. Yep, that's right. This nigga hates his brother just because he's a member of the alphabet group. It's a very petty world we live in. Now, just to clear the air, I do not still hang out with this nigga, and I never ever considered him as a friend because me and this nigga would constantly be at each other's necks. We hated each other, and the only reason why we both even knew each other's name or even went to the same function is because we were mutual friends of the same person, who honestly is a much better human being than what Ray Ray ever was. Alright, now back to the main story. So my main homie gets asked, would you crack a trans? He's like, no, straightforward. Ray Ray gets asked, would you crack a trans? Like, hell no. Then it's on to me, okay? CJ then shoots me the same question. Hey, Smiles, would you crack a trans? Now this is how I get his ass. I go, would anyone know about it? He goes, and then quickly snaps that neck back looking at me. He and I both knew I got his ass really good. The moment he took the few seconds to actually think about it, I shit you not, this nigga's internal dialogue went something like this. Damn, that's a damn good question. I didn't even think of it. Hey, wait a minute, that's not the big picture. One of the most hilarious reactions I think I still keep in my brain bank to this day. God, that reaction was so fucking good. Now, I'm trying to keep a straight poker face, so I'm holding back the biggest fucking laugh ever while still looking very serious about the question. So, then CJ responds. He goes, yes. I go, nope, nigga, that shit was hilarious. Alright, so then he backtracks, as I think anyone would in that scenario. He then goes, so if no one would know about it, would you crack a trans? And I go, no, absolutely hilarious. The whole group is in shock, disbelief, and confusion. They can't make heads or tails if I'm being serious. Now, Ray Ray's sensitive ass obviously tries his best to call me out because we both strongly dislike each other. He's like, yeah right, nigga, you just said you gay. Now, quickly in the back of my mind, I'm thinking of a response, not to confirm or deny, but to keep this ball rolling. So, sharp mind and quick response time, I thought of the best response to what Ray Ray said. And I still poker face. I look dead at him and go, you can't prove that. Man, I don't know if I was just hella bored that day, that week, or just on some creative grind shit. I'll be honest, it was probably both. Because, man, I shit you not, me and the boys had some of the best laughs because of that experience right there. Now, factually, I'm wrong, but I'm also right. And Ray Ray knows I'm wrong, but I'm also right. But it's actually in my favor than his. One thing was true. He had no actual solid evidence that could prove me to be gay. This nigga knows I have ex-girlfriends from the past, and everyone in the group knows that one another follows a good amount of female IG models. You know what I mean? It's just like one of those accounts you just kind of like showing to your boys. You're like, man, what do you think of her? You're like, damn, she fine. What's her handle? I want to follow her. That type of shit. And Ray Ray knew I had me a good roster of that. Tattoos, piercings, the all aesthetic, cosplayers, and the one that actually did shock the group, the Chubbies. Hey, how you doing? But yeah, Ray Ray knew he had no solid evidence to confirm even the slightest bit of me being gay. Sure, his desperate ass would have loved to gotten a grasp on that, but even I know such proof doesn't exist. I feel I should also say this was during the time where that SoundCloud rap metal era, that is popularly known as trap metal, was like really popular and blowing up back then. So like a lot of my fashion statement very much mimicked that, and growing up, I naturally would listen to and favored like the more pop punky type of rock and emo music back then. 3 Grace, Breaking Benjamin, Evanescence, stuff like that I was really into. And my style definitely reflected that in like my late teens to my early adulthood. And even still to this day. So I was rocking that aesthetic pretty hard. So yeah, if you know shit like this, we are now friends. But I bring that up because to Ray Ray, this shit just seemed weird to him. So to him, I was the weird guy in the group. And while Ray Ray wasn't aware of that underground heavy metal rap scene, CJ was aware of it, so it didn't strike him as weird as much as it did to Ray Ray. So that's just to give you guys more backstory on why Ray Ray was so keen on convincing everyone else that I was actually gay. But I don't give a fuck about that nigga. I give a fuck about my actual friends. But, and oddly enough, Ray Ray's desperate ass actually did know I was right, as he wished there was some solid factual evidence. But yeah, no solid evidence. Now, I get what a lot of you are wondering right now. Smiles, why the hell would you not want your friends to have a clear, definitive answer to know if whether or not you're gay or straight? And to that I say, the main goal isn't about the boys knowing if I'm actually gay or straight. The main goal is something bigger than that, and that is to mentally fuck with these niggas. See, telling jokes and trolling one another is a staple among the friend group, and one of the best ways to do that is with some homoerotic humor. That's right, gay jokes. Man, I shit you not, me and my main homie love that shit, and I knew this nigga was eating it up the moment I looked at him to find him holding back the biggest chuckling laugh ever, as well as having the biggest, widest smile on his face, because he knew that I had these niggas in the bag, because that's how often me and that person would joke around with each other. Often me and him would have the same work shifts, and we would literally make this type of humor to one another, trolling each other, until one person hits that limit of just tapping out and go like, alright, you win, my shit can't get any gayer than that. With him actually being one of the goats that inspired me to do even better gay humor like this. Or as I feel I should call it, sus humor. Which is great. And I knew that even CJ was enjoying this shit, because when I looked at him, this nigga was also holding back the same chuckle and smile on his face. This nigga was enjoying that shit. My main homie knew I was cooking, and he knew that I fucking straight up always hated and despised Ray Ray's broke ass. But yeah, after the joke was over, my main homie went to me and he gave me the biggest props ever. Why? Because even he couldn't think of shit like that. Often Ray Ray doesn't participate in these type of jokes. Then it would be me, my main homie, and CJ. And that is because often we all would be working together during same hours around the same department. So naturally, what guys do to help time pass by, we joke around and we fuck with each other. With my main homie being the master of all masters of just sussy gay jokes that just leave you just like, I really am confused of this nigga's sexual preference. Cause to this day, every now and then when I link up with that nigga, he will say some shit that I honestly know is just a joke, but will still have me go, I think this nigga is gay. And I say that because that nigga now has a wife and a kid. And even his wife tells me how sometimes she and his mom thinks that he might actually be gay because of how comfortable he is just telling these gay joke scenarios. Fucking clever. And this being the highlight point moment that I knew I did good when he came to me and gave me props for that. The first question response to that one, he straight up told me he was jealous. He was like, man, that shit was so good. I can't believe that I didn't think of that. Shit, I'm amazed you thought of it. And then that quick response you had to Ray Ray, and I started looking around like, this nigga's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. This nigga's going places. So yeah, after all of that was said and done, we just went on joking for the rest of the night. Enjoyed our time. I think we had some drinks, probably inhaling that, good old za. That was a good couple of years ago. I don't still hang out with that group for reasons I'll probably tell in another story. But yeah, let me know if you guys want me to do more of these story time videos. I got one about my worst car club experience and the time I fought my ex-girlfriend's junkie neighbor. And if you guys want to hear those stories, here's all that you gotta do. Number 1, make sure this video hits 50,000 likes. And number 2, get my account up to 15,000 followers before the month of November ends. You guys do that and I'll get you the next story as soon as possible. And I know what some of you are thinking. Well, what happens if we don't reach the goal before the deadline's over? And to that, I'd say y'all just gonna have to wait a little bit longer. So at least you have a sense in controlling on whether or not you can hear those stories sooner than later. Because either way it goes, they're definitely gonna come out because they're stories I do kind of want to tell. But you guys help out the channel growth, then that means I can put more effort into getting those out even sooner than what you'd be expecting. So again, like I said, like this video, get it up to 50,000 likes, and get my TikTok account up to 15,000 followers. You can help out getting us there quicker by sharing and reposting the video to get it to even more people, because like I say, either way it goes, these stories are going to come out. So it's best for you guys to follow so that way you can keep up with that for when they do drop and you won't miss anything. And that's the reason why, to this day,